Herdsmen, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it up. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat your love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect in pride. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani orianja nine oria nine nke purita kwa samado dendo n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ sunele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete mazụ nye ha sogo tutere nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi mara n'ebighị ebi ise mama dịrị gị Chineke mama dịrị gị Chineke.
Are you still fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra?
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria rests.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. we will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but there are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it? Of course. Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They'll be killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview now wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released. Yes. Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system? No,
not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, not as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them, but as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring that our people exist in perpetual state of poverty. And that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today your name is Nigeria is simply laughable.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. Thank you for joining us. Please like and share the program. Like and share to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to your neighbors. Invite people around you to join us on this very quick evening section. Remember, our evening section is always a quick one, at most 1 hour we are done, and we are going to hit it up, try as much as possible to touch every areas that we need to touch on this program. And for the sake of those that are joining us for the very first time, or those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, I want you to understand that in this very platform, we do not instigate violence. We do not preach hate. We do not attack any race or religion. We do not come here for propaganda. We do not come here for blackmail. We don't come here for saga. We don't come here to promote any person or any group. What we promote is the people of Biafra. The cause of Biafra is what we promote. We continue to promote the cause of Biafra, and we present Biafra to the world as a remedy to the failed state Nigeria. Biafra remains the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. This is an undeniable fact. It doesn't matter whether you agree with us or you don't agree with us. The truth will always remain the truth. So the only thing you can do is to agree with thought, accept the fact and the truth as it is. The more you continue to deny this truth, the more it continues to haunt you. The truth of Biafra is the truth that the world cannot run away from. The truth of Biafra is the truth that will continue to haunt the entire world. So anyone that cares about humanity, anyone that cares about humanity, wherever you are, you must join the cause of Biafra. You must support the cause of Biafra. If you care about the life that is wasted in Nigeria today, you care about the abuse of rights of people that is happening today, if you care about the young children, women, and mothers that are being defiled in Nigeria today, you must support the cause of Biafra. I welcome every one of you. In this platform, we also welcome people that have superior arguments. If you have a superior argument, feel free to click the link, join us, and educate us. We are ready to learn. But while you are coming in to teach us, make sure you have your facts together. Make sure you have your facts together, because we can only accept facts with evidence. When you don't have your facts and you come here, you will only make yourself look stupid. So while you are joining us, make sure you have your facts in your fingers. The world is watching. The Biafran people are watching. Those that matters in various organizations are watching. The media is watching us. And they want to know, they want to see what you have to offer. So I welcome every one of you this evening. And this very evening is a continuation of our program in the morning. As you all know, sometimes there are people who cannot be able to join the morning section, and they will be available in the evening. They join the evening section. So we make a recap of what we did in the morning. It's a kind of extension of that same program. And we choose the title of this evening. It says, "They target our emotion, not just our lives. Biafran, stay alert and unbroken." They target our emotion, not just our lives. Biafrans, stay alert and unbroken. Today, completely, we are talking about emotional warfare. All our discussion today is on emotional stability. This is the latest warfare that we must pay attention to. If you are a Biafran, more especially the Igbo-Biafrans, it is high time you begin to pay attention to this emotional blackmail. We need to be able to control our emotion at this time. We need to look into our emotions because our enemies have discovered our weak points. They know our weaknesses. They know we are loving. They know we fear God. They know we don't like to spill blood. They know we love life. They know we care about our businesses. They know we care about humanity. And they are using these things against us. We must not allow it. Wherever you are and you're watching this program, I want you to share this program to your neighbor. Share it to your family and friends. Share it to everyone that is close to you. Tell them that emotional warfare is ongoing. The federal government of Nigeria, led by the drug baron, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have sponsored mercenaries against the Biafran people to emotionally blackmail us, emotionally attack us on different areas of life. The same way they are attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu emotionally, they are attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland emotionally. You and I are facing the same challenge. They have brought out millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and they have thousands of media warriors on social media who are pushing this emotional blackmail. They're everywhere. Some of them are Igbos. Some of them are from other regions in Biafra land. Some of them are from Oduduwa land, the Yorubas. You must be very careful with these people. Some of them are from Edo. They push this emotional blackmail every single day. They attack us with this. But so many of us are not paying attention. We have been silent towards this for a very long time, but this time, we can no longer be silent. The only thing we can do is to speak up at this moment. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. It is better you talk so that the world will hear your voice and remember that, yes, you spoke when it was time to speak. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, this warfare can only be won by being emotionally intelligent. So many of us Biafrans are not emotionally intelligent. So many of us. We are easily carried away by the praise singers, by the deception of our haters. One word from them, you lose your balance and you begin to sing a different music. It is shameful and sad to see, but that is the order of the day. The time has come for us to change the way we do things, the way we respond to issues, and the way we approach matters. Every single one of us as Biafrans, we must rise above this challenge that is facing every one of us. Our enemies are not giving up. Our enemies are ready to attack with every single thing in them. Our enemies are not going on break. Why would you go on break? These enemies are very easy to identify. But because we are not emotionally strong, because most of us are not emotionally intelligent, we are easily deceived. There are a lot of them today on social media. You go to their platform, they start their message with free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But at the end of the day, they twist your mind and make you believe that you are the cause of your problem. So many of them, you go there, they address you, and they say they know how you feel. Yes, there is marginalization. They know once they agree with you there's a marginalization of the Biafrans, you give them yourself. Once they agree with you on a particular issue that has to do with Biafrans, I can understand people that have suffered for a very long time. Nobody is supporting us. We are just on our own. In a country where the entire nation is against an ethnic group. So when you see one person that decided to speak a little truth, you push your energy towards that person. And then you lose your guard. They manipulate you and use you against you. The time has come for us to be emotionally intelligent. You don't listen to people or agree with them simply because they mention the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Always try to read between the lines. I respect my beloved brother Omoyole Sowore. I respect him immensely. When Omoyole Sowore made a call for free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so many people call it a political move. So many call it a political move, including my fellow Biafrans trying to discourage people from coming out. But Sowore did not shake. Sowore, for the long we have known him, he has been in the forefront of protest here and there. Yes, in as much as we don't agree with him in so many things, at a point in time, Sahara Reporters was going bizarre in their report. But Showore's record remains intact when it comes to tribal bigotry, when it comes to regional governance, when it comes to regional politics. Sowore remains sound in his words, as he called himself a Pan-African. To an extent, he said he doesn't even know his tribe. That is how liberal he is. And why I respect Sowore is that calling for that very protest was not the first time Sowore weighed in into the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. From the very first day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought into Nigeria, he has been in the forefront. At a point in time, the court has to ban him completely. His name was mentioned. Ban him from attending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. The court banned Sowore from attending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case. We saw Sowore even when he was engaging the one that called himself Udele in a debate. The very first appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court in Abuja High Court. He was the one challenging Udele, a supposed Igbo man accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pushing propaganda and lie against him. Sowore was the one that stood. That same Sowore protested for Udele also when he was held, when he was detained. He protested on his behalf. But unfortunately, the same man he protested for today was the one that joined the police to come and arrest Sowore and made sure that Sowore saw his face, that he was involved. And when you see that bastard, that son of a bitch, show his face in line with the police, you now understand how decayed Nigeria is. When you see that clown come with police to come and mock Showore, you understand how decayed Nigeria is. This was a tout that was deported from Turkey. Since he was deported from Turkey to Nigeria, he has no business doing. He has not been able to better himself. He has not gotten any job, neither has he made any mark as a human being. When he arrived in Nigeria, he found a safe haven in the hand of the government by being an informant. An informant and attacker of his own people. And on several occasions, he has boasted on live video how he took innocent life and the operation he was part of. He has spoken how he was actively part of operation, including the attack in one of the lawyers' house. He was online and he spoke about it, that he was involved. Actively working with the DSS, working with the police. This is a tout, a criminal. That's just the same way they gave Asere Dokubo a podium in Asorok to speak. Remember Asere Dokubo was given a presidential treatment in Asorok to speak. And what did they do? They ended up in giving him a contract to destroy the life of the Biafran people. Nigeria signed a contract with a non-state actor to go to Biafra land, destroy as many lives as possible. And Asara Dokube took that contract, took many innocent lives. He didn't shy away from it. He said it openly that he was contracted by the federal government. And there was bloodletting in Biafra land. And it continues even as we speak. My fellow Biafran that is watching, we must not allow this blackmail to continue. We must be emotionally intelligent. We must, this is the time, look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a role model. In the midst of all the emotional attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in the midst of all the abuses against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is never broken. He is always calm. And he is focused. He doesn't lose his focus. That is why in his case today, he is winning. Very, very focused. What he said in the beginning is what he's still saying up to this minute as we speak. They have tried on several occasions to blackmail him. They have tried to twist his words. They try to push him using their media, which is one of their greatest instruments of oppression. The media, Nigerian media. They have used Nigerian media to oppress us so many times, to push lies, blackmail, propaganda against us. When they try with their media, it's not today. They have recruited social media actors, content creators. They recruited content creators that are working against us today. You saw one of them attacking the Igbo businesses. One of them who claimed to be activists. And it is shameful that majority of the people that patronize that clown are Igbos. When are we going to learn our lessons? When are we going to rise up and learn our lessons? As if that is not enough, the hatred of the Igbo man is increasing. Just when you think you have seen it all, you realize you have seen nothing yet. I saw a video of an advert made by a supermarket in Lagos by a Yoruba man, abusing the entire Igbo nation, calling us criminals. An advert of a supermarket. I think they say the name of that supermarket is Koku Supermarket or whatever, in Lagos, advertising and insulting all Igbos, calling us criminal. That is their kind of advert. And you will still see an Igbo man go there and buy something. If you're an Igbo man, you go to such supermarket and buy it, you are a fool. Tomorrow, I am going to play that video. Now, I can't play it this evening. I will play it tomorrow because I'm going to use it for the program tomorrow. It is high time every single Igbo man need to be careful. We have served Nigeria enough. We have held this one Nigeria for too long. Not anymore. All our life in that contraption, we were working for unity. We were working to please people. We are working to make people grow. We are trying to make people acceptable. Enough of trying to please people. It is time for us to take our freedom. We have done more than enough. The hatred on us is not stopping. The only solution to this hate is for us to walk away from the zoological republic completely. When we talk about emotional intelligence, you must understand that you must not use your wealth to fund somebody that is against you. You must not give your money to your hater to buy ammunition and weapons against you. You must not. Only an idiot will do that. Tomorrow, I am going to bring the video of that very, many of you must have seen the video, or you have not seen it, but I'm going to play it tomorrow. A supermarket owned by a Yoruba man in Lagos State, advertising and calling the Igbos cheats, calling us criminals. This is the kind of advert that somebody wrong. And if you go to this supermarket, you will discover that 95% of people who can afford the good in that supermarket are Igbos. The people that patronize this supermarket are Igbos. It is high time we put our money where our mouth is. It is high time, before you spend your money or do your business or you hand your money over to somebody, know who you are dealing with. Today, they have resulted in attacking the businesses of the Igbos, as they agreed in their discussion. Remember the discussion between Kunle and Ibuku Amusu? Remember the discussion between Kunle and the present vice president? They want to take over our business. They will take it over and they will do it. And today, you see how they are getting propaganda against our businesses. They employ their social media network. They have built some content creators. These are content creators that the federal government of Nigeria sponsor and back them up. Make them look as if they are genuine. And so many of you bought into it. You call them activists. But today, their activists is against your businesses, against your brothers, against your sister. These same people have gone to study the way we do business. There was a place in Ududua land, in Yoruba land, where they are learning how Igbos do their businesses. I shared it some time ago. I'm going to look for it again and get it. A place where they study how the Igbos maneuver in their business, how they succeed. That is not enough for them. Today, they are attacking the business directly. They have tried to study how we go about our Maboy system, how we try to transfer wealth from one person to the other. This is a blessing upon us that you cannot take away. They can't do it. It is not by fire. It is not by force. It is not by claiming, not by grammar, not by going to school. It is a natural gift that Chukwu Okike Abiama gave to the Igbos. Today, that gift, we were born with it. We didn't learn it. We did not learn it. It is something we are born with. Entrepreneurship. Today, somebody is coming to attack our means of livelihood, and some of you are taking it lightly. The most painful is that there are still some idiots that claim to be Igbos, and they are supporting this clown. Some Igbos are still supporting this clown. They try to speak grammar to make you, tell you this is how you're going to be accepted. Look at why he said. They try to make excuses. Excuses. Because they are not emotionally intelligent. They are not emotionally intelligent. Every Igbo man need to be emotional intelligent. Every Igbo woman need to be emotional intelligent. Put your money where your mouth is. We have sponsored Nigeria enough. We have built Nigeria enough. It is time for us to build ourselves. It is time for us to retreat and build our own self. We have done enough for the Zoological Republic. If you're a Biafran, an Igbo-Biafran more especially, and you don't know how to control your emotions at this point, I am sorry, you'll be left behind. The warfare before us is not a child's play. The war before us today is not like the one you saw in 1967. In 1967, they come in a conventional warfare, and they saw how formidable we are. This time, they are coming on a different angle, and they are opening different channels. They attack us emotionally. They attack us economically. They attack us politically. And they attack us in conventional warfare. They open every front today is open for warfare. I don't know how you see it. You that is a Biafran, more especially the Igbo-Biafran. I don't know what you are voting. I don't know what you are seeing. I'm not sure you are seeing what I'm saying. But if you are not, that means you are not emotionally intelligent. How can somebody wake up from nowhere and begin to tell you that he's going to crash your business before your own very eyes? Only in Nigeria. In a civilized country, you can't do that. If you dare mention somebody's name in a civilized country and try to attack their business, you will pay damages until you will not exist anymore. You can't do that in a civilized country. In a civilized country, you can't do that. In a country that is sane, there is supposed to be a price control on certain goods. Not all. There are some goods that doesn't have that. Government cannot have that control. People sell their product according to how they buy. And business is about how you can be able to present yourself. These same idiots that come and support this nonsense, that support these atrocities against the Igbo, that support this attack against our businesses, they will go to Sheraton and buy pure water in Sheraton at the cost of 10,000 naira. Across the road, you go across the road, you buy the same pure water, bottled water. You still buy the same bottled water at 1,000 naira. You see them when they organize their shows, both the ones that organize their comedies. You go there, you pay for a table for millions of naira, for nothing's sake, for just to sit down and laugh. There's nothing wrong with it. Those that call themselves musicians charge millions for some minutes of jumping up and down with lyrics that doesn't make sense. I don't see that as nonsense. Something that doesn't add any value to life. They extort people for it. They didn't see anything wrong in it. But somebody came out openly, called a name, called somebody's business out, and go ahead to challenge and destroy. Say, he said it openly that he wants to crash. It is not that you want to do your business. If you want to do a business, the ground is too big. The world is too big for anybody to do their businesses. It is too big. And one empty-headed person will come and say, you want to, what do you think you can crash? How much do you have? Not even Dangote can crash the business of the Igbo people. Not even Dangote. Not even Dangote, with all his monopoly, can crash the business of the Igbo people. Let alone one riffraff that comes from nowhere, that doesn't know his left and right, coming to play in your emotions. Started from this emotional game. Played the emotional game he thought it was him. You thought you're with him. And some of you sell your own conscience. You sell your own conscience. You sell your own brother to patronize someone else. Only an idiot will listen to such kind of messages. Only an idiot will continue to go along to listen to that clown and share his videos. Only an idiot. If you are a Biafran, an Igbo person, and up till now you have not learned your lesson, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you are an Igbo person in 2025 under this government of the drug baron and you have not learned your lesson, you will never learn again. I am not here for you. Go ahead. Every one of us must be emotionally intelligent at this point in time. That is all we need to survive. That is all we need to survive. Don't allow them to play with your emotion. When they come and tell you that your brother is your problem, tell them that your brother is not the problem. When an outsider comes and tell you that your brother is, tell him you know nothing about what our problem is. I bet you none of them knows 1/4 of what our problem is. Only a Biafran can define the problem of a Biafran. It is only us that knows our problem. Nobody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter how long you have lived with us. It doesn't matter whichever angle you are. Only the Igbos can be able to identify their problem and explain it to the understanding of the world. Not anybody to come and jump from anybody to come and play on our intelligence. Oh, and when they come, they know our soft spot. They know the respect we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when they come, most of them, they use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not to support him, to mock him. Some of you don't understand that it's mockery. Sometimes the statement they make, you don't know it's mockery. When they tell you, oh, your Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been there for this, they won't release him. Your people say they cannot release him. He has been there. Most of the time, those statements they're making is a mockery. They are mocking you, telling you that the man, the only leader you have, is in detention, and you can't bring him out. It's a mockery. They mock you. It's not, when they say, they don't say it's to support you. They will just tell you, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, yes, he's innocent. He didn't commit any crime. After all, they release a Boko Haram member. And when they begin to make those comparisons, you begin to wonder. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was never seen with any ammunition. He never killed anybody. On all this nonsense I've been saying, there has not been any evidence provided of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed terrorism. Nobody has seen him with a knife. Nobody has seen him with a knife. The only thing I was seen with him is a microphone. And they charge him for terrorism. And when you see them in their media, they begin to compare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a hardcore terrorist, bloodthirsty terrorists that have taken innocent lives. That's an insult. That is an insult. That is why some of them would become, they say the Igbo leader should go and beg. I beg for what? What do you beg for? What are you going to beg for? What are you going to ask pardon for? Pardon of what crime? What crime has he committed? So when you look deeply, you see that every single thing they throw at us is a mockery. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, when they came to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring that mockery, come and defend yourself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them, I have nothing to defend. He first of all pushed them to the wall. When he pushed them to the wall and exposed them, mentioned names of the real terrorists, the people who are terrorizing innocent citizens in Nigeria, he called their name. People that have taken life, people that are involved in kidnapping, people that are involved in fraud. He called all of them their name and presented it to the wall. And he stepped back and told them, there is nothing to defend. If you are seeking for somebody to put in defense, let these people I mentioned go and defend themselves. Let Mwike come and tell us what happened in Obibo. Let the former chief of army staff come and tell us how he invaded the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and took the life of 28 men and Jack. Let the former attorney general come and tell the world how he went and involved in kidnapping, kidnapped somebody from Kenya and extraordinarily bring him to Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called their name to the world and let the question be answered. As they were trying to mock him, he was very calm. He never lost his mind. He was calm. His emotional intelligence increased. That is what we are supposed to be doing today as Biafrans. Do not be discouraged. Do not be dismayed. Nigeria has ended. Nigeria is a bad news. Nigeria cannot survive this. It doesn't matter how long it takes. They can never, ever survive this. Taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will never survive it. Every story that is coming, even from the conventional media, confirms that Nigeria is gone and gone for good. A terrorist country run by terrorists, it is gone. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That is why sometimes I go to their conventional media and I bring informations, because it will not be enough to just talk about it without showing it to you. So we are going to go into their conventional media once again, listen to what they have, they want to share with us. And we listen and see the kind of news that they have. When you listen and hear the kind of news that is coming out from their conventional media, you will now understand that the zoo is not meant to survive and will never, ever survive. Let us listen to this program and hear what news they have.
Of what transpired, where they are now, if the state government has any hand in it. I think yesterday we spoke and the state government, it's basically not a state government situation. The Oba of that particular area, we're going to speak with him as well, possibly put a call through, because I know he may not be able to leave his palace, because we cannot treat ourselves like this. The government of the day cannot treat ourselves like this, regardless of who has whatever power or authority or connection. You cannot treat human beings like that. We are human beings. We may not have money, we may not be rich, we may not have what it takes that our political elites have, but we should be treated like human beings. Okay, we're not animals. I don't understand. We have a long way to go with how we treat ourselves in
that
this
is
country.
Nigeria for
But
you.
the fact that Nigeria has existed to this point is a miracle. The couple of persons even ask questions when you travel out of this country and you try to explain Nigeria and its dynamism with our complex multicultural religious affiliation. People ask questions, and how have you guys been able to come together? So it's really not easy at all. I was listening to a particular space, and a Nigerian who stays abroad called via the radio, one of their radio stations in the US, I think, and what the person had to say about the country wasn't palatable. The person said, oh, in Nigeria, they dislike themselves, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow. And he talked about all of these nuances that operate in this part of the world, and literally said, everything stops on the table of leadership. The leadership in this part of the country is not credible at all. We don't even act like we're in a democratic dispensation. And unfortunately, it's not just only Nigeria. Do you know that Cameroon, and yes, you said what's going on in Cameroon, and Djibouti. There's already an uprising there.
Only
Even
Nigeria.
Djibouti did not allow any opposition whatsoever. The woman did not allow any
Every
revolution.
other people have revolution.
So why do we
They are
have such
revolting,
characteristics
but in Nigeria,
Africa,
they can never
specifically
revolt.
Black West African nations? Why?
Z. They will never revolt. Nigeria will never revolt.
Some people will even say Nigeria is better.
Better with
When you
who?
have somebody who has been in charge of the country from 1999 till now.
Better than what? What's Nigeria better with? Better than Cameroon? How is Nigeria better than Cameroon? How? Explain to us. Explain to us. Nigeria that a dead man ruled for 8 years.
We now begin to shout.
And he brought in a drug baron.
Yes.
Gabon last time. This C-type syndrome is still bringing something that it's not anything yet.
What is the problem? I want to understand.
Greed. It's greed and selfishness.
Because it's a similar pattern across African nations.
Yeah.
It's a similar pattern.
Felix football, he did it in Cote d'Ivoire over the years. One party stayed for so many years in power. Then before you know, when he left power, civil war came in. Because people eyes were now open and why one party states? Only one part of the country that the president comes from were those that were benefiting. So these things create problem. You can imagine what Bobia has been doing in Cameroon.
I can't believe it. It was the same thing too. You saw what happened with the Kenyans. Also, Djibouti, the same thing too. They're not even allowing for any form of opposition there. And before you know, election results will come up, they'll be announced.
Even the so-called Rwanda we are praising now, Paul Kagame is overstaying in Rwanda. If he actually loved that country and for a repetition of what happened in 1994 genocide not to happen, he's supposed to by now even groom a successor. Must remain there. By now, must remain there.
So obviously, there's a lot to be considered in that regard. I wouldn't lie to you. African nations need to do better. We need to adopt a system that I really don't know, but they need to rearrange their mindsets.
Yeah,
these OGs who want to hang on to power to God knows when. Sometimes one would ask questions, what is going on with the youth? Why are they not saying anything? How do you want to have anything against
Nigerian youth, what are you people saying about your own?
And sometimes there will be that kind of bloodshed and there will be no change. Do you know how heartbreaking it is when that kind of process happens and that change doesn't occur?
Madagascar just came out of their own. The youth the Gen Zs took it upon themselves and got the president out of power.
You could even have such scenarios, and whoever is a young person that comes up becomes worse. They become tyrants, they become totalitarians.
Yeah, because at the beginning when they come in,
there's a problem of not understanding the concept of leadership.
Yes. At the beginning when they come in like, oh, we came on a rescue mission. That's what is happening in Uganda now. Museveni Yoweri has been there since Idi Amin left. Uganda thought Idi Amin was going to be the one. He has stayed here now like a monarchical system that until he dies, nobody can occupy that office. These are the issues. What is happening in Uganda now is not something that anybody should also think of.
I'm telling you.
African countries, especially AU, will not see all these anomalies.
Do we have an African Union?
Until it gets to the level of saying,
it's only when it's time for chairmanship that you hear and how they collect and contribute money. That's basically all we can see.
There should be good governance. There should be transparency. There should be succession of power before you can now begin to talk of any other thing. Why don't you, also put this one as part of your constitution of the AU that you must not overstay in office?
It's terrible.
What is happening?
Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, you're on to the evening rush. My analyst this evening is Mr. Elvis Elimehele. Amoyele Showara is saying, do not let same politicians recycle failure across generations, calling on Nigerians to join the AAC, his political party, saying that the political party is going to be completely different. The fabric of how we run politics in this country and leadership will change. So, calling on young minds to join the AAC. Meanwhile, terrorists reportedly killed several worshippers early this morning today, while the new service chiefs who have been sworn in have vowed that they will crush Lakurawa, they'll crush Mamuda, and they'll crush Boko Haram.
That's how they talk all the
today,
time.
I think they were sworn in today, and initially,
that's how they always say.
they were already giving their
crush,
remarks
they will crush, never
and
crush.
assurance to Nigerians. This terrorists who reportedly killed several worshippers during morning prayer in Katsina community. This has elicited the new army chief Shaibu vowing to crush Lakurawa and other terrorist groups in northern Nigeria. While that is ongoing, we have the ex-minister Timi Press Silva confirming a military raid on his Abuja residence, but however denied any link to an alleged coup, says he's in UK on medical treatment or medical vacation or something, a medical checkup, that he has no idea, has no inkling of whatever coup d'etat that certain persons mentioned him as part of. So if that you recall that the army had told us there is no truth in this, or for this man to come out that there is something I don't understand.
Why some the government is
it was sure arrest. Sorry, but Sure said something in one of the interviews that anytime these guys tell you something is not true, that is actually true, because they've been following up with conversations, following up with investigations. After that,
two scenarios has happened now that will make you to know now that there's element of truth in what is going on. First, the change of the service chief. Second one, again, we just heard now that his house has been raided and that his younger brother has even been picked up.
Yes.
So, I mean, with all this,
and he confirmed it. Initially, they said the information was not true.
And you know, the first one that came was that 16 military officers have been arrested. So we have had
those 16 military officers that they said was a coup, whatever.
Yes.
That the Nigerian military spokesperson told us that wasn't true.
That wasn't true.
Meanwhile, investigations were ongoing, and then a few days later, we heard about the military reshuffle in the cabinet, which a couple of Nigerians were like applauding. After that, we're now hearing of this raid after they've debunked several times. What is there for you to tell us the truth?
That's the issue with the Nigerian system of government. At the end of the day, when they eventually come and tell you the truth, you will not be interested any longer. Too much of lies at that time.
It's terrible, though. It's terrible. Meanwhile,
the government belongs to us.
Exactly.
So we need to know the truth.
Exactly.
And we didn't plan. We are not looking for military. We are not planning for military.
But if I show you pictures of what happened at Owoju, my colleague that sent it to me, I couldn't look at them. I'm seeing kids here. There's not even a woman. Oh God!
I saw a TV on the TV some days ago sharing the Lagos State government were giving compensation to those people who said that their houses are demolished.
Mr. Elvis.
So what's going on?
The consequences of what transpired there. There's a picture of a woman who gave birth. It's gory. The babies, Mr. Elvis' children wearing pampers. Look at it. Unfortunately, I can't put this out here. Look at it.
This is
scroll through.
This is bad.
Look at that. One is the woman that who just gave birth there. So what?
No, you can't put this on air.
What is meaning of that? What are we doing?
That is Nigeria for you.
What?
You can hide it for all I care. We see it already.
What are we doing?
Talk about, when they talk saying human rights, is this still available in Nigeria?
You can imagine that.
Because if you want to talk of, you are evacuating people, you have to think of where next you are, going to keep them.
They're going to come and I spoke with one of the Take It Back movement, one of them in the Take It Back movement yesterday, and he was able to give us, in fact, he did not even say a lot of what transpired. To be honest with you, like I said, I would like to bring them on Friday. One of my colleagues, I spoke with him today, Barrister Darlington gave me his number and I called him. He works for one of the radio stations and he had actually been following through with the case, written a letter to the state government, to the governor, letter of appeal actually to the governor. It was one who actually all those pictures, and we're trying to call and make sure that those who are in the midst of the whole situation, they're able to come and give
the best thing we can do as media, Esther, is to see whether we can get some of these people to the studio.
That's what we're trying to
come and give
to reach out to them, and even one of the traditional leaders there as well. Meanwhile, Senator Kwade's sister-in-law is on a rampage again. So she's been making a lot of live videos and making some statements, and we heard that she's been excommunicated. And from the family, she and her husband. So she was angry, like, who are you to excommunicate? If there is anyone that is a blue blood in the Akpabio family. It's her husband who is a blue blood. The Akpabio is not. And she made a lot of statements and allegations about the Senate president. She accused that he murdered somebody in France. She also said he also murdered in Akwa Ibom while he was the Akwa Ibom state governor. Let's listen to her. So it's not like we're just...
It's not a propaganda, that is the truth.
People of France, one government purpose arrest you, put you for jail. Okay, you don't go back to make Nigeria here where you be glad to say as the place. So the president now he wants to say at the place. And now Senate president, Senator Fabio, now he want to say at the place. It is why you don't move for a while, but people just look, people don't want to. Okay, you don't see a get down. 8 years as governor. Senator, what happened? You are a shameless man. Shameless. Senator, you are saying, oh, you got like Emmanuel, please let sue me for cyberbullying. He sues me for cyberbullying. Let him sue himself and his wife to all the murder in a private state. Let him sue himself. If you took nonsense, you say, you're waiting up for cyberbullying, you're fine. You see that rape matter for France? You see that rape? The rape case in France. The civil for France. You can't develop your paper.
Their Senate president.
He didn't mad.
Nigeria Senate president.
Step after you. See when I'm on ground. Make it be popular. You will talk to my seat in my head. And my chin is head. And you'll be all of this senator. I'm not taking all of it. I have to answer what's the logo of I do. Child of you. I see. You know what the woman. I say this shit you want to walk. For these people you want to walk. Before you see my death, hopefully I will see your death. There is no other thing, okay? Yes, I mean, if I'm a child of the spirit, before you said that to heal me, my children and my husband, I said, heal me to your home. And are you mad? Are you normal? So you know what? I feel people worse. They don't say that is cyberbullying you. Some of them, when they claim so that from the top of the family, now papa is not to mama. They come to the top. You don't say that president when they talk to me, papa. That's why we don't die. A father that died, is he an Abio? It's his father. It's his father. Man, aside from that, the original blue blood. Now they can't say excommunicate his right. Yeah. You're gonna move for. Say, man, son, 300 was sitting in his office. People are walking like dilapidated buildings. That you cannot even adjust the structure. You have to put it down for the building. You come and talk to me. Now, for them, they sleep with each other. They think it's just left, right, and center. That you don't even know who's right, speaking back to who's not. Come and talk to me, say I'm excommunicated. I don't excommunicate the wife of the Senate president. Are you excommunicated now? Okay, info. That's gone. You know, some better say if I fuck and they look for me.
Okay, sorry. She really said a lot of things, and if you notice, I really tried to mute. She kept on abusing. If you notice the skip, I was muting a couple of words that she said. Statement from Senate President Akpabio is that she's mentally unstable because she's really been calling out the Senate President, warning him to be careful. She had said she wants to come back to the Senate. She wants to be senator by 2027. We thought it was one of their Akwa Ibom internal wranglings and all of that. But she hasn't been this explicit. She said she had a lot to say, that he had better be careful, that people are waiting for him, his cup is full, that of he and his wife. And all this while, she's been doing live videos on her, I think her name is Princess Atta. She's been doing live videos on her Facebook page, but no attention was given to her. Now, a couple of Akwa Ibomites are saying that because Godswill Akpabio is refusing to grant some family members contracts, he doesn't want to be wasteful with money, and this is a way of trying to bring him down. Some persons have said, oh, this is their son, this is the first time somebody from the south is there, and that these are elements, internal elements, who intend to make sure that they spoil his administration and bring him down. But this has become recurrent. She even mentioned Natasha and all that, mentioned certain derogatory statements. And she's not in Nigeria, actually. She and her husband are in the US. I don't know what Godswill Akpabio and his legal team intend to do about all of the things that she said. I don't know if she has evidence to buttress her point. But this is a problem of leadership. Why can't we have leaders that have a clean slate? There's a problem with having leaders that do not have dirty linens or skeletons in their cupboard, because this is what will always happen when you don't satisfy certain persons or you don't meet their needs. All of these things will come up. Godswill Akpabio, ever since she's been saying all of this, has not actually tried to clear the narrative. Understand? The only thing we heard immediately that she's been making all these statements was that she and her family has been excommunicated. So excommunicated from where?
Esther, is this outburst is too high, for
she said it was. She said I didn't want to play. She said a lot of terrible things.
She has been saying so
she
many
made allegations, dangerous allegations.
Because for Akpabio not to react to, but again, as a leader, there are some things you not even look into. But can she substantiate all this?
That's the question.
I mean, if she cannot,
she called him a murderer. She called him a rapist. She said she did something. He murdered someone in France. She also accused that. She said a lot of terrible things.
Yeah, these are very weighty allegations.
Said he has a lot of children that are not from him. Also called the wife. So I know she's not in Nigeria. Is there a possibility of Akpabio suing her?
That's the next step we'll be watching to see.
Or slander or defamation. If there's no evidence to bring what
cannot back up this claim with the evidence, then that means she will appear in court, and then maybe when she gets to court, she will be able to provide.
Appear in court in the US or in Nigeria. She's making all these allegations in the US.
That's another issue, another angle to it. If she was here, I think I would have taken her more serious than she's here in the US. I don't know. She said that the husband is from the same family with Akpabio. So that makes Akpabio a brother.
She's Akpabio's sister-in-law.
Yes. Akpabio is a brother-in-law to her. So
yes.
I don't know why the husband has not even also weighed in. If the wife is saying all these bogus allegations against his brother. I mean, Akpabio is the third citizen of this nation.
Exactly.
And by right, I mean, somebody of that nature. Let's take Akpabio out of this and look at the office.
Exactly, the office.
The office is what we are defending here.
Yes, not Akpabio
when we are talking in this studio this evening about the
office.
Not Akpabio.
The statue of that office.
Akpabio is a human being.
Yes.
And as a human being, most of these things
it's not infallible.
Every human being can commit most of those allegations we are talking about. I mean, but we are looking at that third position.
As politicians, we know what
that's just it. So I cannot vouch for any politician, because especially Nigerian politicians, we know their antecedent when they need whatever they need and they have the means to get it, they go straight for it and get it at all costs.
And they don't care.
But it's the office we are just talking about. That office is sacrosanct. That we don't just want that office to just be drawn on the moon.
Exactly.
But Akpabio, I am not a spokesperson.
But why all these narratives around that office ever since he came on board? I haven't really heard such controversy on that particular seat until this man came there.
Yes, it shows somebody that people have actually been monitoring and been following up all his antecedents.
You remember the whole NDDC?
Yes, remember they always say the person's cup will get filled up one day. We saw him when he was a minister for Nigeria Delta at that time.
Yes.
When the NDDC matter.
Yes.
That has not even been managed up. That bogus allegation has not been cleared.
Buhari was the president.
Yes, before he now got. You saw the way he even came into the Senate. He never contested. Before we knew, primaries. Before we knew, they brought him in, and all that became history today. Not even coming in, he now became the Senate president.
Okay.
So if you look at the way his ways have been going since he left the governorship of Akwa Ibom State, it's been something that are very doubtful. So little wonder who these kind of allegations are coming in and is making waves, because people have been following his antecedent. I'm not defending him, I'm defending his office. Therefore, if he knows that this woman has slandered his name, Akpabio is a lawyer, he knows what to do.
Yeah, appropriate steps. Because she's been doing live videos, making insinuations, making statements. But when Akpabio's team said that she's been excommunicated, she just full on.
Yeah, but why the excommunication? Why?
Have you been following her page? Have you seen her live videos?
No,
Have you been hearing her insinuations?
That means that is coming from the family and the village. So those are people that are even supposed to mediate and say, okay, let peace reign, so that the name of our son, who is at that high position, must not be drawn in the mud.
She had alleged that he had stepped on toes, used people, and that he has not been able to compensate the people that he had used. I mentioned all the while he was governor, when he was NDDC boss, talked about contracts given to people that were not from his community. A lot of allegations that she had made. So I'm not surprised that Godswill Akpabio decided to make the statement he made.
Yeah.
But after that, that's when she began to unravel.
Another school of thought will tell you that what this woman is looking for, because she did not get it, that's why she came out. That's another school of thought. So there are many angles to it.
Well, meanwhile, there was a mild drama which played out at the National Assembly today when some officials of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board staged a walkout during a session with the House of Rep Committee on Basic Education and Examination Bodies. The lawmakers had requested the JAMB Registrar, Professor Ishak Oloyede, to present some documents before the committee. But Oloyede was absent today and was represented by Director of the Board, Muftal Bello, who arrived at the National Assembly complex with other JAM officials. So, trouble started when Bello insisted that journalists could not be allowed in the room during his presentation, as he argued that the documents he intended to present contained sensitive information. Now, his request was rejected by the committee members, who insisted that the proceedings were public and that the JAM official could not dictate to them how to conduct their affairs. So, following the disagreement, the agitated JAM official angrily ordered his team to leave the meeting, and they walked out of the session, leaving lawmakers stand up.
You know, Esther, when Oloyede matter happens, I think last year when JAM matter,
Oloyede wasn't here.
But he's the head of that.
No, you don't understand. He wasn't here.
Yeah, he was.
He sent a representative.
He sent a
What
representative.
guts or audacity? They made that thing talk out because they said they did not want press to be there. They want that. That is how a whole National Assembly, that is the see finish.
Yeah, see finish. Well, we'll always be there. And the National Assembly themselves have they respected them.
Well,
these are National Assembly that will tell you they are going on oversight, whatever, and they go there and start asking the agencies some money for all this and all this. That's where the see finish came in. But whatever happens, since Oloyede is the DG of that parastatal of that agency, Esther, his name must be mentioned. I have lost confidence in JAM since 3 years ago when my son had issues with JAM. I told you in this office.
Mr. Elvis.
Again, what happened?
We already know this. That was why they were invited. Yeah. There's been a lot about JAM that have been talked about lately. For example, with the recent examinations they did, the glitch and all that.
The glitch?
No, it didn't make sense. Nigerians had called for Professor Ishak Oloyede.
That led to the death of candidates.
One of the ladies committed suicide. But yes. Do you know what it is for the National Assembly to invite you for questioning? You started making demands and you don't want the press to be there to cover such an event. What kind of sensitive information that on the document you want to present that you feel that press should not be there?
For an agency that is not a security agency.
Can you imagine?
It's just an examination conducting body.
And you had your audacity to actually tell the officials.
I don't know the kind of sensitive information that they
and it was while I wondered why they allowed them to work out first before they were asking the sergeant at arms to arrest the JAM officials. But they had left the premises. But
these people have seen them. They know who they are. They know too well tomorrow that when they said they are coming for oversight function, they are coming to collect Ghana must go. These are the issues.
That is Nigeria for you.
Esther, you have to first of all respect yourself before anybody respects you.
So the National Assembly has disrespected themselves.
They've turned to
rice.
Are we feeling them? We're not feeling them. That's, it's the way you lay your bed and you lie on it. This is what they to me, I'm not surprised.
My God.
Because even when they get all these invitation to the National Assembly, come and do this, after that, you hear anything again?
Mr. Elvis, in that kind of situation, were those officials not meant to have been detained? What right do they have to walk out? Because your question, you need to respond to questions. There's something wrong with that institution, JAM, and you're supposed to respond to questions. You cannot come there and tell them how they should run whatever questions they want to ask you. And you don't want the press there. Why don't you want the press there?
There are two issues here. If things work as normal in this nation, those guys are liable to be detained. Unfortunately, things are not working as expected. If you go out now for a vox pop Esther, you will see Nigeria will say they support those white young people that left, that they are not filling the National Assembly. So that's just it. So things are not working as expected. You have to respect everybody to also you earn it to everybody to respect you. They have not respected
It doesn't make sense. Mr. Elvis, the DSS arrested an individual who wrote a comment on social media in Port Harcourt for a military, and in as much as, yes, what the DSS did, a couple of persons who say is commendable, you don't ask for anarchy, you don't ask for a destabilization of the country, but the aspects where the DSS were meant to be active in catching criminals, in apprehending criminals, in tracking them, they've not been able to do that all this while. I was just telling you that some daredevil terrorists reportedly went to a mosque this morning while people were worshiping. And just like that.
Like this morning, this one. Not today, don't think it's
the DSS will locate you. They will have a
tracker. It's the DSS for the president of Nigeria.
It's for Nigerians. They will have a tracker to track you when you speak against the president. But they will never have
they can't track criminals.
Track bandits and militants and terrorists that are even doing live video with their victim being tormented in a live video to track that scene.
They cannot.
That's to tell you. That's what you have seen in the National Assembly as well. So it's one-sided. When it's one-sided, you don't take a vote. So that's the government
when
is no longer
our officials are not being held accountable. When government agents feel they cannot respond to anybody, they do as they like. You treat people like people are something else. On what stance? Why are we having such audacious attitude with the brazenness of crime and criminality taking the order of the day? I'm actually not happy, Mr. Elvis.
You will not be happy because you just mentioned of issue. They have a representative.
You are not
they
happy.
Have a legislator. They have legislators
really?
both at the State House of Assembly and at the National Assembly.
You are not happy.
belong to a constituency in this nation. But you will not hear their executive now.
I thought you were happy.
Member now, whatever legislator or whatever from there, speak on this matter. Then how you not those people who are going through this tournament will ever respect somebody they voted for to be in power? Abroad, if anything happens to you within your constituency, the first person that takes your matter to the assembly is your legislator.
Exactly.
To be debated and say, this is what is happening in my constituency. This is how so person. Senators and all legislative members are accessible. But only here in Nigeria, by the time you get into power, you buy a bulletproof. They don't even buy. They give them free bulletproof car with tinted glasses, and you don't know those people that voted for you. Because 4 years time when you come, whether you are voted for, you are not voted for, the vote is going to your vote does not count. It doesn't mean anything. The problem is much because until the day we can make ourselves to be relevant before these people, that is, we have an electoral system that works where our vote we count before these people can be accountable to us. They know too well that when they come 2027, they are going to get back to the house the same way they got in there in 2023. So they will not value you and I, Esther.
So let's take a listen to Delivery Timmy during a recent interview with Teju Babyface. He was quite bold in the assertions he made. I was scared because I don't know, you don't speak like that. He's not the only person who spoke. What I mean, you don't speak like that is we have seen that kind of way of expressing yourself is not tolerated. You know,
TSS will come after you when they cannot go after the bandits.
Not to care. And also we had Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as well, Emir, also speaking about the fact that we do not have a class.
And he spoke the truth.
We'll listen to that. Let's listen to the parents.
Delude themselves, can continue to delude themselves, but Tinubu knows, INEC knows, the judiciary knows, and so do a lot of Nigerians that Tinubu did not win the presidency. He stole it. I said if he won the presidency, I'll leave Nigeria on exile. So let me clear now. For him to have won, the people would have had to have voted for him. We didn't vote for him. He stole the presidency. Yakubu and INEC told him the presidency. The presidency is not an expression of the people's will. It is an expression of the debauchery of INEC and the height of our judicial corruption. He did not win the presidency. If I had left, I would have been sanitizing and deodorizing a skunk. If nothing else, I rise and fall by my word. And when I said that I would live on exile if this man won, it was so that people would know that I did not believe Nigerians to be depraved enough to be possessed of the idiocy to vote somebody like him into power. And they did not.
Tell her.
Anybody who prefers to delude themselves can continue to delude themselves, but who knows? INEC knows, the judiciary knows,
that
and so do a lot of Nigerians. That Tinubu did not win the presidency. He stole it.
But you continue to sustain him.
So I'm not leaving because he did not win. It's that simple. That I'm still here is in rebuke of him. It actually cost me a lot more to stay here. It's not just the multiple level of danger that I face on a daily basis by remaining in Nigeria. Because if they will be planning my mother 3 years ago when they were not in power, one of his goons in Lagos State was the one sat at the head of the plot to kill me. They are the ones in power now. Ordinarily, I should run now. But I'm here. I am here because he did not win. He knows it. And every man and his dog in Lagos State knows it. He was beaten resoundingly in Lagos on the 25th of February. He couldn't even make 15% in Lagos. Sheikh Magbaje, the INEC commissioner in Lagos State, cannot produce the form EC8A for Lagos State. Up till today, I was the person who was charged by the OP legal team to collect the election material from INEC. It could not be up until today. INEC in Lagos State cannot give us the form EC8A, which is the polling unit level result, because they know he lost. He lost woefully. He was thoroughly rejected across the length and breadth of the states that he has held hostage for 24 years. As at that time, he lost. So how much more the other parts of Nigeria? Let them continue fooling themselves. He has snatched it, grabbed it, but he can't run with it. And that's why we are all in the mess that we are in today. So yeah, if he had won, if Nigerians had been foolish enough to have voted for him, I would have left. It wouldn't be because of him. It would be out of protest that I could be stuck with such evil people who would have found the grace to vote for somebody like him. But as I have said, they did not vote for him. They rejected him. He has forced himself on us. And we can't do much about that.
All right. The Lagos State House of Reps Speaker Mudashiru Basa had said that indeed the APC did make some mistakes at the time, but they would actually make sure that it doesn't happen. They had looked at all the areas that there was a vacuum, and they have systematically worked on ensuring that a repeat of what transpired in 2023 does not happen again in 2027. I am sure you're already seeing the signs. They have meetings almost every week. They have tried to use social media to re-engineer the minds of the youth, especially those who did not understand or who did not want APC to come back anymore. They reeled out a couple of factors that led to what happened in 2023. They have vowed that will not happen in 2027. You saw how the local government elections went. You saw how everything took place, and the restructuring and reorganization of a lot of faiths. So they're saying that what transpired in 2023 will not take place again in 2027. Albeit while that case is in point, let's take a listen to the Emir Sanusi also speaking in reaction to what he considers the political elites and their classlessness. All right.
This society. Nigeria is a classless society. If you take the people you call leaders, go to the Senate, go to the House of Reps, you can go and pick 109 Nigerians at random without election. Put them in the Senate chambers, and the results may not be different from what you're getting now. Because the truth is, you have highly educated people in government, but they behave like illiterates. They forget their education behind. When you talk about praise singing, why would a man who is an educated man, an accomplished man, why would he be a praise singer to anyone? Why would he not be able to face his boss and say, Oga, we're not doing that, this is the truth? And why would a person in authority not have the confidence to listen to those around him and take criticism. So you've got people who are supposed to be the representatives of the values of society. By the time you become a governor, honestly, you should be beyond looking for money. You have been given an opportunity to take care of the lives.
We are going to stop here. We have already crossed the time we are supposed to spend, and I just try to allow it flow for people to know what Nigeria is. You see, go to their media. Every single information in the media makes you understand that Nigeria is a failed state and can never survive. And it is because of this that we are profiling solution. We are presenting Biafra as the only remedy to save the Zoological Republic. Biafra remains the only remedy to save Nigeria. It is Biafra. The international community should recognize Biafra, should support Biafra, allow Biafrans to go, Oduduwas go their separate way, the Middle Belt go, the Northern Caliphates should exist in the North. Simple, and everybody will have peace. Until this is done, the calamity will continue. I thank everybody that have been with us on this program today. Thank you for your patience. We overstretch you because I just wanted to allow you to hear what is happening in Nigeria, because it is good. We don't just keep silent. We pay attention to their own news. Hear what is going on in their news so that you can be able to reach a conclusion. You can be able to match it with what we are saying and our feelings and what we are trying to present. That is why I allow you to play. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you. We're going to be back again tomorrow, weekend. We're going to be here again on our weekend program. Try as much as possible to join us in the morning. We have our morning program tomorrow. As always, if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Touch your notification bell so that you'll be notified, so that you will join us on time. Because we play crucial videos at the beginning of our program in the morning. You need to listen to those messages from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from Mazi Simon Epa. They are very important to build us into the program. So try as much as possible to join us on time tomorrow. Remember our time every morning. Tomorrow we are going to be here. It is 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. in the morning. We are already here. So try as much as possible to join us. Biafran time, mind you. Biafran time, 7:30 a.m. And it is weekend tomorrow. So many people are going to be available tomorrow. Try and give us your time so that we can share with you. Bring your questions, bring your contributions, make your research, and come back and join us so that we can continue to preach this gospel. May Chukwu be my guide and protect everyone that has joined us. Thank you so much for being part of this program. And may Chukwu guide and protect our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Epa. Thank you for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow. Stay blessed. Good night, everybody.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it out! I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive the havoc where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.